I'm blind. I wear glasses, but I can't see. I don't know if I overdid it with the makeup. I haven't been on YouTube for like 6 years, and I want to explain like what happened to me and why I haven't been on here for like a very long time. Back when I was a teenager, I went to an international student leadership institute. It's literally the the certificate's like right in front of me. I'm like, Francesca, don't mess this up. Yeah, so I went to this international student leadership institute back when I was in high school, and I made little vlogs about it. Do not find those videos because I put them on private because I just cringe when I watch myself when I was like 16 years old. I was I'm very soft spoken, but I was even more soft spoken back then, and I'm like, wow, like I can't hear myself. I put the volume all the way up, like I go back and I'm like, wow, I was like really cringy. I think we all get like that when we see ourselves from the past, like, oh my gosh, I was so cringy back then. I felt like I had no personality, or I was like overdoing it. But yeah, so I don't have those videos up publicly anymore. I was gonna make a reaction video to them, but I ended up making them way too long. I've always tried to get back on YouTube at one point, but it was just more like trial and error. It was just not working. It was not working out. There were too many things going on in my life, and I think now's the time. Like, we're in 2020, new decade, new me, new everything. I think it's time for me to come back, and I need a hobby. I don't. I'm boring. Like, people are like, oh, I do this. I go hiking. I go kayaking. I do all these outdoor activities. But I'm an introvert, so introverts don't do those outdoor stuff. So I think this would be appropriate for me to do, and I do talk a lot when I'm comfortable, so, and I have a lot of things to say and a lot of things on my mind. So I have a lot of stories of what has happened to me in the past 6 years I haven't been on here. But the thing, well, I think what really attracted people to my channel really was well, one, I'm friends with someone on Instagram. Her name is Laura Garcia, and she makes rosaries. I was very like into the church at that time when I was a teenager. I went to a lot of retreats when I was in high school. I haven't been to, I think my last retreat was when I spent time with all these sisters somewhere in the mountains. But that was before I started college. But after college, like, my life really like changed. My religious views have changed. I used to go to church like almost every single day, and now I don't go as often. As bad as it sounds, I'm being honest. So I think that would be like a future video thing I would talk about, like, how does your views change when you're on your own, from being like a student in high school living at home to living by yourself being a student in college. Because you're gonna meet a lot of people. If you're like considering going to school, or you're in school right now, you're like gonna meet a lot of people from other parts of the world, different religions and all that stuff. And since I went to school to be a filmmaker, like, you really need to be more open-minded to things. But yeah, like, I did a lot of stuff when I was like, I don't even know where to start. I'm just like rambling. Like, I didn't even like write a script or anything. I'm just like, what should I talk about first? I actually wrote a list down. I don't even know where it is. There's so many things in my head. And I literally wrote on my list epic things that I have done, that have happened to me between the year 2014 to 2019. And these are future video like topics, and I have a lot more. I do have, right now I do have a blog. So I'm doing that too. So trying to blog. I'm trying to do grow my photography page, and I'm doing this. So I'm keeping myself really busy right now. So back in 2014, I went to Disney World. Um, that was a family vacation, like, a disaster. It wasn't great. It wasn't an amazing experience. There was some good things that happened. For the most part, it was just, when you don't plan something, it just goes to, it goes really sour and south real quick. All I got is this souvenir from, like, I was looking at this and I'm like, I should write a list of things I've done. since I disappeared from the internet. So I got this. I'm surprised I still have this. You know how much this cost? $16.95. This thing. I don't even know how much it costs now. I went back in 2014. I'm not gonna even put it on. But I wanted the mini ears, but this was the closest I could get. I think the actual mini ears were probably like 40 bucks. Who knows? But Disney's expensive. Just to let you guys know, if you're considering going to Disney, like World down in Florida, it's expensive. So just to let you guys know. And another thing that happened to me, I went to California. That's on my channel. I went on a Catholic retreat back then. It was like these priests from my diocese invited all these, like, because I was a leader in my church, in the youth group at the time. Me and a group of students were like leaders because I went in that leadership institute. So I ended up being a leader in my church. I think I talked about that in my vlogs. Like, I think I have like this random like flashback. Like, yeah, I think I talked about that. I would like to do like a reaction video and put it up, but I'm just so hesitant. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And people have been still till this day, they're commenting on my channel and like, oh, you should make more videos. And I'm just like, yeah, I think now's the time to do it. But yeah, but anyway, back to the California thing. I went to California back in 2014. I was 17 years old. I had an amazing experience. I don't know if you guys can see back here. I think it's probably blurred out, but these are my friends from California. They're like probably like yay back there, blurred out. But I met them back there and I still talk to them till this day. Yeah, so I could probably talk about that experience, but my vlog for that is just a bunch of like, it's just shaky video from my iPod Touch with music. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and watch it. So, I graduated high school in 2015. I was 18 when I graduated high school. And I want to talk about like how my prom went. I really didn't want to go to prom, but I ended up going because my mom was like crying because the thing is that I'm Hispanic, so I didn't have like a quinceañera. So I felt like because I didn't have a quinceañera, my mom like felt really upset about that, and she just wanted a day like for me to wear a dress and look nice, and like I don't like things like that, but my mom wanted me to dress nice and stuff and whatever. So she was just like really upset, and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go. And I didn't really like my prom. That's another video for another day, but yeah, so I graduated. I'm like, thank God I'm done with high school, because like there was some crazy stuff that happened in high school back then. I went to college in 2015, so I worked the whole summer. I worked at a dollar store, and then like I started school, and then I went to school for filmmaking, and I minored in commercial design, and I created a 15-minute documentary, and I got it screened in the AMC theater downtown where I went to school, and submitted my film in some festivals, and I got it played in Los Angeles, and I got it played in London. The poster is back there of my documentary. If you guys want to watch my documentary, I'll put the link in the description below. A little like gist of like what I did. I did a documentary on an Italian family, and I followed them for 6 months, and I talked about their businesses. They had like 3 businesses. They've been working since the 80s. It's all family. They all work together to like keep their business thriving. Unfortunately, they lost the business back in October, like 2 years ago. So I was filming them from like October 2018 to about like, I would say February, March of 2019 last year. So I worked really hard on that thing, you know, and it's nice to know like, you know, some festivals have played your film like out, like, especially like I got my film played in another country, which I thought was pretty cool. And like some festivals really recognize your hard work. There's gonna be times you're gonna get rejected if you're a person into film and you're putting your film into festivals. There are rejections, but it doesn't hurt to keep trying. I haven't won any awards yet, but I'm still submitting my film into to festivals. Ooh, a lot of F's. I went to a photography show in New York back in April last year. I actually have the book here. It was in Manhattan. I don't even know if I'm saying this right. It's like, I just gonna say all the acronym AIPAD. I'm sorry to anyone who knows this very well, because this was my first time going. Like, my friend invited me because she's a commercial design major, and I'm a minor, so I'm not really into like the whole like, you know, like straight like hardcore art scene, like with like photography and like graphic design and all that, like installation art. I was more of like video related. But she invited me to come because the professor was looking for other students to go, and I went because, you know, I have my own photography page. I do photography for fun. I don't really do it for like, you know, like as career wise. But, you know, there was some really like, it was like fine art photography. So it was just a really interesting thing to see because, you know, again, like photography and video are like, they go hand in hand. So I got this book right here, and there's some like, I don't know if you guys can see from here, there's just some like really nice, like, there's like a souvenir from the trip I went to. So that's what I did when, it was like before I graduated, and like I really needed a break. I needed something to do like after my film because I was just like so stressed. I should make a video like talking about like my experience working on that film, but that's like for a later time. Another thing about when I was in school, I made a lot of friends from like other countries because I went to school with a lot of people who were internationally, people from like different religious backgrounds. That's why kind of like my views changed when it came to my own religion, because I grew up Catholic and I talked a lot about Catholicism on this channel, but now I feel like ever since I went to school, I have like a different view on different religions. I've actually, for a class, because I took world religions when I was in college, I ate with like Jewish people before, and I ate I had a Seder dinner with them. It was a Reform Jewish synagogue, so I ate with them, and that was like a really nice experience. It was a really fun experience. I actually went to a Lutheran church, and I wrote a paper about it, and I'm very good friends with a Muslim, and yeah, I'm learning a lot about different people, and that's the best part about going to school. Like, you learn different things from different people. Like, I encourage you, like, if you don't know a lot about a culture, you don't know a lot about a religion, really like go out there and ask questions and get to know people, because it really changes your point of view a lot. And especially the world we're living in right now with a lot of things going on, I really encourage people to really get into that. And I met an 80s singer and filmed his single that just came out, I think, last year. So that's a video in the future. And I graduated from college finally, and I survived. It was very difficult. I actually talked about my college experiences in my blog. So again, link in the description for my blog. But that's what I've been doing for the past 6 years since I haven't been on YouTube. I didn't want to make this video too long, but if you guys want to see anything, have any questions, things like that, let me know. I have 2 Instagram pages, my photography page, please follow me on there, and my blog page. I do not have a personal account anymore, and I have my reasons why. That's another video for another day. But again, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video, and I hope I get to see you guys in the future.